We're counting down the 5 everyday driving habits that quietly destroy modern diesel engines. From quick mistakes that fry expensive components to patterns that can wipe out your engine years before it's time. These habits cost owners thousands and often go completely unnoticed until it's too late. Which overlooked mistake tops the list for damage and repair bills? Let's kick off the countdown with number 5. Shutting off a diesel right after a hard tow or highway run is a turbocharger death sentence. At full load, the turbo spins over 100,000 RPM and oil temperatures can soar past 250 degrees Celsius. That oil is the only thing keeping the bearings alive. Kill the engine while it's still hot, and oil flow stops instantly. The heat trapped inside bakes the oil into carbon sludge, a process called coking, which clogs up the tiny passages and seizes the bearings. Mechanics see turbos destroyed by this habit all the time, with replacement bills ranging from $2,000 to $5,000. The fix is simple. Let the engine idle for 2 minutes before shutting down. That small wait keeps your turbo alive and thousands in your pocket. Letting your diesel run down to the fuel light is a gamble with the most expensive part of your engine. Modern diesels rely on a high-pressure fuel pump, often a Bosch CP4, that operates at nearly 29,000 psi and depends on diesel fuel for both lubrication and cooling. Ultra-low sulfur diesel, or ULSD, doesn't have the natural lubricity that older fuels did. When the tank gets low, air bubbles can enter the system, breaking the oil film inside the pump. That means metal-on-metal contact at extreme pressure. The result is metal shavings that get blasted through the entire fuel system, injectors, rails, lines, even the tank. Once that happens, you're looking at a total system replacement, not just a pump. Repair bills routinely hit $10,000 to $12,000. The solution is simple. Treat a quarter tank as empty and refuel before the light ever comes on. Running a diesel in high gear at low RPM and stomping the throttle is a recipe for disaster inside the engine. This habit, known as lugging, happens when drivers refuse to downshift under load, trusting the myth that diesels never need to rev. But inside the cylinders, pressure skyrockets. Exhaust gas temperatures, or EGTs, can shoot past 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit. The engine is forced to do more work than it can clear, and the heat has nowhere to go. Under these conditions, piston crowns start to melt, and connecting rods can actually bend from the stress. Mechanics have pulled apart engines with pistons warped like soft metal and rods twisted out of shape, all traced back to chronic lugging. The repair bill for this kind of internal carnage ranges from $5,000 to $8,000. The solution is simple. Downshift and let the engine spin faster. Higher RPMs help clear heat and keep the pistons alive. Stomping on the throttle before your diesel's oil has warmed up is a recipe for hidden engine damage. Cold oil is thick, almost like honey, and takes longer to reach every corner of the engine. Diesel pistons are massive chunks of metal that heat up and expand much faster than the engine block itself. When you hammer the accelerator too soon, those pistons swell against cold, unyielding cylinder walls. The oil film, still sluggish and not fully circulated, can't keep up. The result is microscopic scraping, called cylinder scoring, that quietly eats away at the engine's most critical surfaces. Mechanics have measured scoring rates jump by more than 50% when oil temperatures are below 180 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't show up right away, but over time the damage adds up. Rebuilding an engine with scored cylinders can run $3,500 to $5,000, and that's if you catch it early. The fix is simple. Drive gently and wait until the oil, not just the coolant, reaches full operating temperature before putting your foot down. Short trips are the silent killer of modern diesel engines. Every time a diesel is fired up for a 5-minute run to the store, the emission system is set up to fail. The diesel particulate filter, or DPF, is designed to catch soot and burn it off through a process called regeneration. But regeneration only works when the exhaust stays hot, over 540 degrees Celsius or about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. City driving and short hops never let the exhaust reach those temperatures. Instead, soot piles up in the filter, trip after trip. To compensate, the engine tries to force an active regen by injecting extra fuel, hoping to raise the heat. On short runs, this strategy backfires. The extra fuel doesn't burn off, but seeps past the rings and dilutes the engine oil, causing even more wear. Meanwhile, back pressure inside the exhaust climbs. Just one sigh of extra back pressure is enough to stress pistons and push oil past seals. Shops see trucks with clogged DPFs towed in at barely 100,000 miles, filters packed solid, engines starved for air. A replacement filter costs between $3,000 and $5,000, and that's if the engine hasn't already suffered permanent damage. The only reliable fix is prevention. Combine errands, take the highway, and give the truck a chance to get hot enough for a full regen. If every drive is a short one, a diesel just isn't the right tool for the job. A gas engine will handle city life without self-destructing. Diesels are built to work, not to idle from stoplight to stoplight. Across all 5 habits, one fact stands out. Modern diesels demand work, not convenience. Abuse them like commuter cars, and you pay the price early. Heavy-duty engines require heavy-duty respect.